will be very, very aware of the clamour for success for the England national team, and it's been so long for this country, and you'll be particularly aware of the phrase, "it's coming home." Now, what would it mean to you guys to stop it coming home tomorrow night?
Has it ever been home? I don't know, have you ever won it?
Has it ever been home? I don't know, have you ever won it?
It's coming! Football's coming!
No hard feelings, eh, Casper? Welcome back to another video. It is my reaction to England 2, Denmark 1, and England are in the final of Euro 2020. What? I've made so many match reactions to England this year just because they've got so far in the tournament. It's wonderful. It gives me ideas for content, and it's just brilliant to talk about how good England are for once in my lifetime. So yeah, England are through to the final against Italy, but first let's talk about the semi-final against Denmark. So we started off the game a little bit slow for my liking. Denmark finding pockets of space here and there. They were running at our fullbacks, and Jordan Pickford's distribution was leaving a lot to be desired. Denmark get a free kick, they cross the ball into the box, and they get given another free kick for nothing. Mikkel Damsgaard, the 21-year-old Sampdoria player, steps up and he dispatches it. Now, at first I thought, very good goal, very good goal. I was obviously sad, but I thought, wow, what a free kick. But upon close inspection, upon looking at the replays, Jordan Pickford should be saving that. He really should. I think Jordan's view was being blocked. I don't know whether it was from a Denmark player or an England player, but he started to dive very, very late because he didn't see the ball until late, and at that point it was too late and it went in. So we went 1-0 down. I thought to myself, oh God. But one of my friends next to me said, this is going to be a repeat of England versus Croatia, but in reverse. One team scores a free kick, go 1-0 up, but they lose in the end. And thankfully, he was right. Harry Kane gets the ball, lays a lovely weighted ball into Bukayo Saka's path. Bukayo Saka times his run brilliantly, lays the ball across goal for Sterling, and Simon Kjaer kindly tucks it in for him. 1-1. We go into half time at 1-1. We come out into the second half, and we just look considerably better than Denmark. I think our squad depth showed. Denmark had a couple injuries. They had to sub off a couple players, bring on a couple players, and they just weren't the same Denmark team, were they? We had a wealth of talent on the bench. Foden, Henderson, Grealish, and Denmark just couldn't cope. We probably should have wrapped up the game in 90 minutes, but unfortunately we just couldn't take a couple of our chances that we got. Kasper Schmeichel played a blinder, I thought. He made a really good save to Harry Maguire's header, down low to his right-hand side. Credit to him. I know I memed him at the start of this video, but Kasper Schmeichel, I think, is one of the most underrated goalkeepers in the world. He's definitely top 10 for me. Definitely top 10. You could even argue higher than that. We go into extra time, and we get a penalty. Now, the whole world of Twitter, any fan that isn't English, has been crying about this penalty, saying,
it wasn't a penalty. Sterling dived.
In the words of Stephen A. Smith,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
do I think it was a penalty? Oh, it's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those where if that gets given against me, I'm fuming. If it gets given for me, I'm happy. And if it doesn't get given for me, I'm also fuming because I would have thought it was a penalty. What I will say, the most tenuous part about that penalty is Sterling's run into the box. There was another ball on the pitch. I thought the ref should have stopped play because there's two balls on the pitch. But he didn't. I guess because Sterling was advancing with the ball, it would have been harsh to stop play. But by the letter of the law, if two balls are on the pitch, you do need to stop the play. It's the rules. But the ref, for some reason, didn't clock it. Sterling dribbles into the box. He weaves in and out of two Denmark defenders, and he goes down. Now, what I will say is the Denmark defenders didn't get any of the ball. They didn't touch the ball, but they did knock Sterling slightly. You can see there was a little bit of contact from the knee of the first Denmark defender and Sterling's knee. And the second Denmark defender does stick a leg out, and Sterling does kind of make contact with him as well. So I I can see why it was given, but equally, I can see why people are fuming because it was soft. It was soft. Kane gets the penalty, he steps up, and he misses. But then he scores the rebound. And in that 1 second, I don't think I've ever seen such a change of emotion, not from England fans, but from all the other fans. Countless videos of people celebrating Kasper Schmeichel saving it, only for them to be completely and utterly obliterated by Kane finishing the rebound. It was wonderful. It was great to see.
I'm telling you, man, he's going there.
He's gone.
Listen,
He's gone there.
Come on! Oh, no!
What I will say is Kasper Schmeichel did get someone shining a laser in his eye. I've never seen that before, but who goes to a football match and brings a laser pointer and shines it in the eyes of a goalkeeper? What a twat. I seriously hope that England, the FA, whatever, can find whoever's responsible for that and just ban them for life. Like, we don't want people like that at football. It's just ridiculous. Like, what an even game. And apparently Schmeichel was actually complaining about the laser in his eye before the penalty was even given. England get the goal, it's 2-1, and from then on, there was only one winner. England took off Jack Grealish and subbed on Kieran Trippier and switched to a back five, which was an interesting substitution. A little bit harsh on Grealish, but it does go to show that Southgate is always going to put the team first. And at that point, there was only one winner. I mean, we kept the ball solidly for like 5 minutes, just passing it around. I know Denmark went down to 10 then, which made it a lot easier, but we looked really good on the ball, composed, managed the game excellently, and it just showed the maturity, the mentality that this team have, just a winning mentality. And it's what we love to see, and it's what we need in the final against Italy. So yeah, the whistle blew, and the whole country went crazy. Piccadilly Circus was completely shut down all over the country. Fan parks, relentless, pubs, just rammed, everyone out on the streets singing and drinking, and the vibes were very good. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like on Sunday if we win. So now we're into the final, up against Italy, and my God, I am scared, excited, nervous, frightened, all of the emotions. I'm just going crazy here. Italy have not lost in 33 games. Their record is unbelievable. In about 3 years, they are unbeaten completely after not even qualifying for the World Cup, which is just an immense turnaround, and the talent that they have at their disposal is just nuts. The injury to Spinazzola, whilst awful for him, I really hope his recovery goes well. It is an advantage to England because I don't think Emerson as a replacement for Spinazzola is anywhere near as good as him. And I think that Italy's fullbacks are not as strong as other fullbacks that we've already come up against. What I will say is Bonucci and Chiellini, those are the two that are going to be difficult to break down. Harry Kane's got his work cut out for him against them. They'll probably like coming up against Harry Kane because he's not as quick. They'll probably prefer a bit more of a physical battle. The ball will be played into Harry Kane a lot. He'll be trying to win those ground duels, those aerial duels as well. And that's what Bonucci and Chiellini love. So Harry Kane, he's going to have to drop a lot deeper, I imagine, and probably going to have runners in behind them just to sort of counteract their strengths. Because in a physical battle, Kane against Chiellini or Bonucci, they've got him on toast. So he's definitely going to have to drop deep, dictate play from the midfield, I imagine, and we're going to have to unleash the movement of Sterling and I imagine Saka as well to counteract Italy. What I will say about watching Italy is they are vulnerable when it comes to pressing. Spain pressed them very high, and Donnarumma's kicking as a result of that was awful. I mean, Italy gave the ball away quite a lot. They didn't like it when Spain tried to play them at their own pressing game. What I will say though is that England don't seem to be a pressing team. I mean, you've got Harry Kane, who you'd want to be leading the press, and he's not a pressing guy. So I don't really know how Southgate is going to play that one, but it's going to be interesting. And I have full faith in whatever system Southgate goes for, whichever players he goes for, because he's earned that faith from us as England fans. He has done the country proud, himself proud, and he's done us proud as well. So Southgate, I'm trusting you. As for the lineup, would I go for a 4 at the back or a 5 at the back? I'd stick with a 4 at the back. I like the 4 at the back system. And all that I'd do is I'd keep Walker in there because he played well against Denmark. You can't drop him after that performance. And I'd probably want to have Jordan Henderson in the midfield instead of maybe Rice, because I think Phillips has been really good in there. But as I said in the last video, if Southgate chooses to play Rice and Phillips again, I'm not going to begrudge him. Very, very good midfield too. They've probably earned to start the final. It would be very harsh to drop Declan Rice now. But yeah, I'd like to see Henderson feature for bit of the game at least. Up front, obviously, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Bukayo Saka. I think that's a pretty nailed-on front three. Mason Mount just in behind those guys as well. I don't see the problem with that. Maybe you could swap Mount for Foden, just because I don't think Mount's been as effective as he has been for Chelsea. But he's played well. He's been alright on the ball. He's been progressing the ball nicely. So, again, if he starts, I'm not going to begrudge it. Basically, I'm at the point where I don't care about moaning about the starting 11 like I was at the start of the competition. Gareth Southgate can start who he wants, and I'll trust him. He could put Harry Maguire in the striker position, and I'd still trust him. I would think to myself, he's got a plan. He knows what he's doing. But yeah, as for my score predictions, England versus Italy, I have to predict an England win, otherwise I'm miserable, as I've already said. So I'm going to go for a narrow victory. I think it is going to be England 2, Italy 1. I think Italy will score, but I think that England will just outshine them. And the reason for that is, let's be honest, the game's at Wembley. It's a huge advantage. The crowd are going to be so up for it. If we can't win it in this competition, we're never going to win it, really. But yeah, that is my prediction for Italy versus England and my reaction to Denmark versus England. Please let me know your comments, what you think about the England game against Denmark, and also what you think about the game against Italy on Sunday. Please like the video if you haven't already, subscribe as well if you're new, and yeah, I will see you for another video soon.